All right, everybody, let's really hope that these are the final Trump rally clips that I will ever be bringing you. Now, we are in the final stretch. Donald Trump did rallies yesterday in Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. The election is today, but there have been rumors that Trump is looking at continuing to do rallies later this week if the results aren't yet final. But let's hope that doesn't happen, and let's hope these are the last rallies ever. Let's look at a few clips, just a smattering of the tone and tenor of the last day of the campaign for Donald Trump. Donald Trump shouting out musician Ted Nugent, who previously threatened to kill Barack Obama and predicted that by April of, was it 2014? By April of 2013, if Obama won in 2012, Nugent would be dead or in jail. Neither was true. Here's Trump shouting him out.
Ted Nugent, and he is great. Where's Ted? Great job, Ted. He's been from day one, right, Ted? Great job. Thank you very much for everything. We appreciate it. I love your sound. I love your music. And speaking of sound,
Donald Trump then threatening while in the state of Michigan to never return to the state of Michigan if he loses today.
Thank you very much. Look, you can't let this happen to our country, okay? We know what's going on. You can't let this. This was a total fluke. This was a total fluke. In prime time, it didn't work, and now it's really not working. What a disaster. I can't believe this is even happening. It puts much more pressure on me running against a guy like this, you know? If you lost to somebody that was good, can you imagine if the concept of losing to this guy? Oh, you better get out there and vote tomorrow. I will be so angry. I'll never come back to Michigan. I'll never come back.
Interesting tone, sort of more of a grievance tone than a powerful tone. Trump here telling the crowd, "You're so lucky that I agreed to be the president of the United States." Humble, right?
You are so lucky I've agreed to be your president. Go out and vote for Trump.
And then Donald Trump describing himself as maybe the most innocent person in the history of the United States.
They were vicious. They were smart. If they could find any little morsel, and they went over taxes. And they went over everything you can go over. They spent $48 million, 2.5 years, the Mueller investigation scam, and they come up, no collusion. There's no collusion after all of that, which makes me perhaps the most innocent man anywhere in the history of the United States.
Now, this actually relates to our next topic today, Trump's innocence, but I don't want to get ahead of myself, so let's continue. Donald Trump then making the case, just saying that Joe Biden is against God.
He's against oil. Oil isn't good. If you're against oil, I don't think it's good. That's not good politics, right, Texas? And he's against God.
Now, I've mentioned this before. I don't care about religiosity when I look at a candidate, them being religious or not. What I care about is policy. I don't need a religious candidate, not being someone religious myself. It just so happens that Joe Biden is actually the religious candidate here. Donald Trump claiming to have found religion when he decided to run for president. Joe Biden actually is a devout Catholic. It doesn't make Joe Biden appeal to me anymore, but that's the reality. The glitches keep coming. Just one here, Trump trying to say corrupt glitches and says corrupt, and then you see that spasm.
In 2016, Wisconsin voted to fire this it's like corrupt political establishment, right? And you elected an outsider as president.
And then, of course, Donald Trump continuing to promise that the coronavirus vaccine will be available. Now it's a couple of weeks. Now, unfortunately, the fact that Trump says a couple of weeks makes me think it could be months. But recall that Donald Trump said we would have 100 million doses of the vaccine by the end of October of this year. It's now November. Donald Trump also promising in July and August that we were 2 weeks away from him signing a new health care bill into law. Neither has happened. Take a listen to this.
This election is also a choice between a deadly Biden lockdown or a safe vaccine. The vaccine is coming along great. Couple of weeks, it's going to be out soon. That ends the pandemic. And it will end anyway. They hate it when I say we're rounding the corner. It's going to end anyway, but the vaccine will make it go a lot quicker. And what we've done with therapeutics is incredible.
And then this next one I love. This is at a different rally. Trump attempting to talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z. He says, now I'm confusing myself because of Trump's glitch. Trying to talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z, Trump talks about Beyonce, which I just love.
They got Beyonce and they got Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z. And he started using the F word, you remember, in front of this crowd? And it was unbelievable. He was using the F word. And the crowd is going.
You can't use that F word, guys. That I mean, Trump uses it, of course, but when rappers use it, when R&B artists use it, it's very, very bad. And then here's Trump without any indication that he recognizes how stupid what he's saying is. He says Republicans are disadvantaged by the Electoral College.
We're going to get New Hampshire. Yeah, they say, get New York. Can you believe that? See the disadvantage we have, because I think in certain ways you campaign totally differently. The disadvantage we have with the Electoral College, you automatically lose, I don't care if you bring back Abraham Lincoln and George Washington as his running mate. You lose New York, Illinois, and California.
Now, as I'm sure you know, were it not for the Electoral College, we would have had fewer Republican presidents. Many Republican candidates have been bailed out by the Electoral College. Then Trump will say, well, with a national popular vote, we'd run a different campaign. Okay, but that's a totally different argument. And then the last moment, it's November of 2020. Donald Trump is still talking about Hillary Clinton as his followers yell, lock her up.
34 states against a crooked person, right? A very crooked person. How crooked is Hillary? She deleted 33,000 emails. What's happening with that? But we won like nobody's ever run. Nobody's ever won like we've won. No, the likes of which nobody's ever.
We must end this. We have to stop this. And part of why Donald Trump is behaving this way is that he's scared. Let's talk about that next.